The committee is tasked with probing allegations of police corruption, political interference, and criminal infiltration within the country's justice system. Head of the Independent Directorate for Anti-Corruption, Advocate Andrea Johnson, faced tough questions from MPs, among them being EFF leader Julius Malema, who asked about the imminent arrest of a high-profile individuals, raising eyebrows about whether he had prior knowledge of any arrest.
Advocate, is there any arrest of high-profile politicians and the cases that you said there's overwhelming evidence that is going to happen anytime soon?
The PPE matters are all being dealt with by the DPCI and the Specialized Commercial Crime Unit. In terms of matters that we have in our space that arise from the commissions, yes, where there is evidence, there is going to be arrests, and there are some arrests that are in the pipeline.
Malema also pressed Johnson on why tenders were awarded to Matlala without proper scrutiny, questioning the oversight mechanism in place.
First and only time that we are looking into allegations against Mr. Matlala relates to the 360 million rand tender that was awarded and then subsequently cancelled sometime this year. So there haven't been criminal investigations into him as a service provider.
The issue of a significant oversight gap at IDEC became one of the focal points.
The point is, where did IDEC report between 2019 and October 2025?
The accountability for IDEC, the head of IDEC reports to the National Director in terms of its work and in terms of that oversight, if we want to use that word. So the accountability mechanism for IDEC at the time is in the Office of the National Director.
Johnson dismissed claims that her husband, who works for crime intelligence, shares information about their work. She told the committee that he serves under crime intelligence head Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo. Khumalo was arrested in June for allegedly irregularly appointing Dineo Mukwele to a senior position despite her lack of policing experience. Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi has since claimed that Khumalo's arrest was an attempt to derail a criminal investigation in Gauteng. The issue of the disbandment of the political killings task team also took the spotlight.
In terms of how I felt, I was a little bit disappointed that I thought we were working together, and before you could take out the letter, I've read all the letter, all of it, and I thought you could have, as deputy ministers, maybe, discussed it with us.
Acting Police Minister Firoz Cachalia wasn't spared. He was asked how he intends to restore integrity and credibility in the South African Police Service.
SABC needs an integrity management system. We need some advice on that. Lifestyle audits. We have to look at procurement reform. I think the way SABC handles discipline within the organization needs to be looked at.
Minister, South Africans are frustrated. They are angry like me. What are some of the low-hanging fruit that we can act on right now towards reform?
I've identified some clear areas where I think attention needs to be directed, like accountability in supply chain. But I'm not going to rush into making decisions. I will engage, I will consult, I will reflect, and I will act.
Don't see firing of General Sibia and the minister as a low-hanging fruit based on the allegations and the evidence that has been brought before the Madlanga Commission?
Well, that's not my decision.
Okay. But I asked you your view in terms of low-hanging fruit that would contribute towards reform immediately.
I'm afraid I can't. That's the President's decision, and that's my answer.
The acting minister also testified that the timing of the disbandment of the political killings task team made no sense. He also raised concern about the handling of dockets.
It became clear by the time, by the middle of August or so forth, that in fact the PKTT had been disestablished and that the dockets being on a planned basis, on a phased basis, being transferred. I still was not satisfied because I still didn't understand exactly where the dockets were, who had custody of them.
National Director of Public Prosecutions, Shamila Batoi, will be the next to testify before the committee next Tuesday.